Welcome to what I hope is the final episode of making improvements to this camper, but I really know that it's not. But in this episode, we've got a few things to fix from the last camping trip, such as the solar cable completely breaking, but also a bunch of other stuff. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to be working on is the fridge slide prevention. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So when you're doing some completely normal driving, the fridge just tends to go like this. We can't have that anymore. That lets the heater fall down behind it and it encroaches on my bed, and then I've got to go through a bunch of faffing to shove it back in while there's clothes behind it and all that stuff. So we need to just put some blocks in to keep it from sliding out.
How many screws you gonna put in it? You only need 2. I like to go overkill. That's how I drive. I've noticed you use a lot of screws. Jeez. Buy stock in GRK. You might be able to get like one in the middle of each of those squares.
I probably could. All right, on my last trip, a dust devil picked up my solar panel and ripped the connectors out of it. So next up, we're gonna be replacing those. We're also gonna be modifying these connectors to break off the tabs, so if a dust devil picks it up again, it just unplugs it, because that's preferable, obviously. These things just do not freaking work. I get it on there and then the wire just pulls back out voluntarily. I think what's going on here is that the gauge of wire is too small for these connectors that I'm trying to use. I just ended up soldering these together and using some electrical tape. Now this will be a permanent connection. However, this one you're gonna modify to be quick release. And how we're gonna do that is that these all have tabs. We are just gonna break off the tabs. And there we go. Now if the solar panel gets blown away, boom, those will just come undone. Also if I trip over it or something. Next, we're gonna tackle another one. The little TV thing I got in no worky. So this display up here, it would work with my Steam Deck, but it would not work with my phone. So I'm gonna be trying to use the best cable I own to see if it'll work with my phone. So what would happen before is that this screen would just stop working after a little bit, and it still does with the new cable. Well, that is really unfortunate. I was really hoping it was just the cable, but unfortunately this monitor just does not play well with Android. Well, we didn't really fix this, but we've done all we can at this point, so that's unfortunate. I might replace that at some point. Psych, I actually did buy another monitor, and this one is ever so slightly larger at 17 inches. And I even installed an app on my phone that turns it into 16:9 automatically when I plug it in. And that means that it appears in full screen on the display up here. And I also stuck some Velcro on the back of this little Bluetooth speaker so I can stick this right up here alongside it. And now we have halfway decent sound quality. And also, of course, this is a flattering angle, isn't it? When I unplug my phone, it automatically goes back to being full screen on my phone too. That's a really neat app that I got. It's called Second Screen, and you do have to run some commands on your computer via ADB to make it work, but pretty sweet. Yeah, with one cable, I can plug this into my phone or Steam Deck or anything else and have a big screen up here. I'm really excited to use this on a cold and stormy camping trip. Oh, and don't worry about the other monitor. I have a use for this. I always have a use for monitors. Let me count. How many do I have in my house? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is Leah's room. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. My phone is 16. I guess you could call this camera number 17. Leah's Switch, 18. Steam Deck, 19. 2 portable monitors, 20 and 21. Portable monitor for servers, 22. Laptop for drum recording, 23. And usually Leah and her phone would be home for number 24, and that's just the full color displays. It doesn't include 3D printer display, 2D printer display, filament dryer display, and many more screens that are a little more rudimentary. I don't have a problem, you have a problem. Next, we're gonna deal with this. The 12-volt port comes unplugged from my battery bank, which is under the floor. It requires me to come out here, lift up the floor, fish around under here, and plug it back in before I can use my pump or the internet, and the fridge doesn't get any power, so I don't know how I'm gonna fix that yet, but we're gonna see what we can do. I think my best bet is honestly just gonna be to wrap electrical tape around the entire battery bank to hold the thing in. I haven't been able to figure out any other good ideas. I don't know, man. I hope that works. I might just throw this electrical tape in the car here so I have it in case I need to make modifications. I have now just noticed that my fridge brace is now keeping this from opening all the way, but honestly, that's probably far enough. Now finally we get to the spare tire storage, and you might think, well Joel, you've already got your spare tire stored, it's right up here. Well yes, but I realized that these here threads, they extend out further than the top of the spare tire, so we can build a lid for this and I can keep some stuff in here like my hose for refilling the water jug. Fortunately, I've got this piece of plywood here that's pre-weathered and everything. I gotta be honest, it doesn't look great. I mean, hey, it isn't perfect, but now all I need is a washer and a bolt, and we'll have a little extra storage cubby up here. Well, you know, I don't need much of an excuse to get a new tool, and I've been meaning to get this one for a while. It'll get here tomorrow, and I'll show you what we're gonna use it for here. I told you this wasn't gonna be too long of a video. I mean, or did I? I don't think I did, but, well, now you know. Well, I guess you saw the timestamp, so you probably already, let's go, let's cut to tomorrow. Here we go, a thread checker, how about that? So it was kind of bothering me how these cables were just hanging out over here, so we're actually gonna zip tie them back a little bit. Just a little less exposed, you know? Well, I do think that brings us to the end of this episode here. I knew this one was gonna be shorter because, well, we're just running out of stuff to work on. I'm just pulling this thing out because I never get tired of it. But yeah, subscribe if you want to see me get back out in this thing, though I don't think it's going to be for a while because the trip that we're going on next is 7 fire lookouts in 7 days, 7 nights, and we're actually going to be staying in the fire lookouts. So obviously I'm really excited for that. It should be kind of a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It's really hard to get these reservations, but I managed to do it. So yeah, subscribe to see that and more of the camper, of course. Like the video if you like seeing it. I really think that this thing is done now. This thing wasn't closed, that's why I was smelling fuel. Let's see if there's any residual fuel in here. Oh yeah, a little bit. Is this what they say when they mean there's a self-cleaning stove? All right, on that note, I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.